It's here, moderators, channel members, Patreon. Salute to everyone that has been supporting me since day 1, day 5, day 100, day 200. Shout out to all the Patreon, the people that's over on Patreon. I'm still putting up exclusive content there. Shout out to everybody that has been there. I know I don't live stream like I should. There are circumstances. I'm hoping to change that. But we are here to talk about the Tory Lanez situation. Make sure y'all like the stream. But before we get into that, let's see who's here. David Watts, Boss Lady, Brian, XL Pro, Beefer, 95, Champ, Miss Tangy, Ramon, Bird, Accounting Tom, Slim South, General Washington, Nell, The Ghost, Eric, Square, King Bolo, Kathy Rodriguez, Don Neo, Antonio. What's good? Josh, what's good? Carl Page, what's going on? Make sure y'all share this stream as well, because this stream is going to be not only informative, but this needs to be said because, you know, Meg Thee Stallion and Roc Nation are trying to scare people from showing support towards Tory Lanez, because sooner or later he's going to get out of prison. Now, we know that today Young Thug has been released, or in the process of being released from jail. He was facing a RICO charge, and he still was able to find a way to get home. You don't think Tory Lanez is going to find a way to get out? He's not doing 10 years, you delusional heifers. He's not. And let me tell you something right now. What's good, Tammy? Right, Cop Nation. You got a whole lot of police who are setting Jay-Z up, by the way. Jay-Z, you better watch your back. You're not clear from this freak-off nonsense. But we are definitely going to get into this. You know, I've never been more like disgusted at being a black man when I see the behaviors of you melanated heifers in your defense of Meg Thee Stallion. You know, I haven't done it yet, but I was going to do a video. I may do it tonight. Why not? You know, Meg Thee Stallion on her new album, did y'all know she dissed the baby mama of her current boyfriend? And a lot of you heifers ignored it. That woman did nothing to Meg Thee Stallion. That woman did absolutely nothing to Meg Thee Stallion. Why are you dissing a woman that has said nothing about you? But a lot of her fans are going to embrace it. And let me tell you why Meg Thee Stallion gets the support that she gets. One, she's a liberal black woman. She doesn't have any children. She sleeps around. She's the woman that all these heifers want to be. They want to be able to sleep around and make money and have fame and notoriety, be seen as sexy, even though I don't see her as sexy, but there are people who do. And also, she put a black man in jail. We know that you heifers get off on black men going to jail and other things happening to black men. You heifers get off on it. And that's why y'all support her, even though she comes out with mid to below average music. You push it and support it because y'all get off on the fact that she put a black man in jail. But I'm supposed to support these heifers? I don't think so. I don't think so. You heifers are trash, just like Meg Thee Stallion's music. And you're getting online, and let me tell y'all something. You know, Meg Thee Stallion, she is not helping herself at all. I am very certain that Meg Thee Stallion is a self-sabotager. Again, let's get the likes up, people. Let's get the likes up. Did y'all know that Meg Thee Stallion had a documentary where she tried to throw her ex-best friend under the bus? And then there are clueless, idiotic heifers talking about how Kelsey betrayed Megan. She didn't support Megan when Megan needed her the most. You want to know why Kelsey didn't want anything to do with Meg the horse? Because Megan, behind her back, was sleeping with Tory Lanez. But you heifers forget that. You heifers forget that. Are you going to support your friend who sleeps with your boyfriend or husband behind your back and then start acting like that's her boyfriend now? But y'all ignore it because you get off on the fact that she put Tory Lanez in jail. Well, let me tell you heifer something. He's not going to spend that 10 years in jail. And when he gets out, he should sue the state of California, and he might end up winning because there was a lot of unethical shit that went on in that trial. How do you give somebody immunity who you know and evidence points to being the shooter? You gave her immunity because she didn't want to testify, and you're like, well, damn, we need you to testify. You give her immunity because you didn't want her to be blamed. Tory Lanez had no reason to do what he did to Meg Thee Stallion. Yes, she's a liar. She lied and she admitted to lying on her own documentary. She is a self-sabotaging heifer. That's what she is. Again, let's get the likes up. What is really going on in this case? They're trying to sweep this case under the rug. But what does Meg Thee Stallion do? She releases a documentary admitting to being a liar. You know why she admitted to being a liar? Because the truth is going to come out eventually. The truth is going to come out, and all of it's going to point to her being a liar. And let me tell you this. The longer this charade goes on, the more that lie is going to destroy her completely. It's going to destroy her. Now, I have the clip. I'm not going to show the video because I don't want it to be flagged. But I'm going to play this audio of this lying, goofy heifer that you got black women on social media still defending. They're defending this. Her lying and saying that she lied on Gayle King. She was interviewed saying she didn't have any relations with Tory Lanez. We all knew that was a lie. And now she's admitting it's a lie. You know why? Because she knows that the walls are closing in. And it's only going to be a matter of time, Megan. And by the way, this album is not successful. For the money that they put into marketing, they're not going to make nothing from this album. But let's listen to this heifer admit to lying.
Yes, bitch, I lied to Gayle King, bitch. First of all, I didn't know that bitch was even gonna ask me about that shit. Bitch, I was always gonna talk about this shooting. Why'd you ask me about fucking Tory? That's not what this is about. Even if I was, I fucked this nigga like once, maybe twice on a drunk night.
Lying.
Catching me.
She's still lying. She's still lying, y'all. She said once or twice. So you mean to tell me that you got kicked out of Kylie Jenner's house? Y'all know they was all at Kylie Jenner's house, right? You mean to tell me that you went back to get Tory, a guy that you only slept with once or twice? Because you didn't want him to screw nobody else. You just wanted him to screw you. And by the way, she was sleeping with other men at the time that she was sleeping with Tory. This heifer's a straight up liar. And there are heifers on social media still trying to defend this. You know what's funny? These women try to paint Tory Lanez as if he did something horrible to Meg Thee Stallion, but these same women date abusive men. You heifers are in relationships currently with men who have reputations for beating on women, but you're comfortable dating that man. You're not leaving him. And you get online and act like you're without, doing anything wrong in your life. You don't deal with these type of men. Yes, you heifers do. That's why you're emotionally invested. And now this heifer Megan is crashing out talking about suing. She now wants to sue a blogger by the name of Milagro Grams. This heifer wants to sue Milagro Grams because Milagro will not stop speaking on the Tory Lanez situation and being supportive of him. Even though Milagro is not blatantly, like she's not all on her timeline, Tory. She's just not following what Roc Nation wants her to do. So Roc Nation done went and got Meg Thee Stallion to crash out and get a lawyer. But let me tell you why this case is not going to go anywhere. I don't care who you hire, Megan. They're trying to say, well, if Cardi B was able to win her case against Tasha K, then any celebrity can sue a blogger. No, you cannot. The reason why Tasha K lost was because, one, she did not defend herself properly in court. And two, Tasha K knowingly, for a while, said that Cardi B had some sort of, ailment. And she went along with that for a while. And Cardi B told her to stop doing it, to take the content down. Tasha K refused to do it, to the point to where Cardi B sued her and won. What Megan Thee Stallion is doing is not the same. Nobody's lying on you, heifer. Nobody's lying on you. We're going off of the information that's out there. We're going off of the things that has happened throughout the last couple of years with the information that we have. Nobody's lying on you. You're trying to scare Milagro into not supporting Tory Lanez. That's all you're doing. Because that's what Roc Nation does. I have told y'all, Roc Nation is a mafia organization. They are the mob. Did you see how they went after Piers Morgan when he had Jaguar Wright on his show? That's the type of people. We're dealing with some very dangerous people. What's good, Revelator? Prime VA, what's up? Shout out to everybody that's here. Again, make sure that y'all like the stream. Let's get the likes up. Salute to everybody that's here. Roc Nation is a mafioso. That's who they are. They are a cabal. They are the outfit. That's the type of people we're dealing with here. They're trying to control this Tory. They want Tory Lanez to go away. Do you know why they want Tory Lanez and his supporters to shut up and move on? Because this case was built off bullshit. That's what it was built off of. And they know it. This is why they want to shut down bloggers who show support for Tory Lanez. Because they know that if people take a good look, what's up, Stephen B, everybody? T-Man, Black Rain was good. Michael was good. If people take a good look at this case and everything that was presented in court, they will know that there's a lot of holes in this. They want this to go away. But you're dealing with human beings. Tory Lanez is a father. He's a son. He has fans. He's not some black man who's living in the hood who you can throw in jail and nobody will notice. You can't do that here. People are not just going to stop and move on. That's not how this works. And let me tell you, goofy heifers, this. If Young Thug can go home after facing a RICO where everybody and anybody was telling on him, you don't think Tory Lanez? Well, you think Tory Lanez is going to do that whole 10 years? Do you think he's going to do 7 years? Do you think he's going to do 5 years? This is why Meg Thee Stallion and this goofy documentary makes no sense. And y'all, and let me say this. Whenever Meg Thee Stallion is trying to promote something, do y'all know this Tory Lanez shit just starts to trend? Now she has a documentary that doesn't make her look good, by the way. When you're out here admitting that you lied in an interview, see, when you're in an interview, Megan, you got to know you're going to be asked intimate questions, especially if you're dealing with a domestic situation. You should know you're going to be asked what type of questions. You made a conscientious choice to lie in that interview. You made that choice. And I'm telling you right now, Roc Nation is spending a lot of money to try to make you look like you're a star and you're not. Glorilla sold more than you. And she doesn't get the promo you get. She doesn't have the endorsement deals that you have. She's not all over the place like you, Megan, and she still sold more than you. Had a way better album than you. She's a better artist than you. You're a manufactured person. And let me tell you this. Let's say Tory Lanez do 5 years in prison. When he gets out, Megan, you're going to be an afterthought. You're probably going to be promoting some OnlyFans because you're not going to be making money from music. I just don't see how Roc Nation is making money off her. I don't. They're trying to manufacture a career. That's how powerful these people are. That's how powerful these people are. Even though the majority of their artists don't do well, they're pushing this with Megan Thee Stallion because Megan is a symbol of liberal women in our society. She's a symbol of women who defeated a man, put that man in jail, and she was able to have all this success. That's what this really is about. And you have these clueless, idiotic black women who claim they love black men, but you supported this woman, even though all of the evidence doesn't even point to Tory Lanez being the shooter. You ignore that because you have a secret hate for black men. And I see it in y'all. You're not good people. You're horrible people. That's why you don't have a man. The majority of the women that support Meg Thee Stallion and her bullshit don't even have a man. You don't believe me? Let's listen to Megan admit to lying during that Gayle King interview. Why would you lie during a Gayle King interview?
Yes, bitch, I lied to Gayle King, bitch. First of all, I didn't know that bitch was even gonna ask me about that shit. Bitch, she's always want to talk about this shooting. Why'd you ask me about fucking Tory? That's not what this is about. Even if I was, I fucked this nigga like once, maybe twice on a drunk night.
Why do women do that? Why do women lie about how many times they slept with somebody? Why do women lie about how many times they slept with somebody. Why do women lie about how many times they slept with somebody? It don't matter if you only slept with them once or twice. How many times did you sleep with the baby? You slept with him around the same time. Yeah, this is a vulgar heifer, man. Yeah, it is Rihanna Part 2. But see, Chris Brown did do what he was accused of. But we don't know all the circumstances of that. These heifers hate black men, but pretend like they pretend like they like subservient black men. They like black men weak and dumb. That's why they hate black men who are intelligent, who are not street dudes, who don't walk around dressing sloppy with a bunch of tattoos all over them. They hate that type of black man because that black man thinks for himself. He doesn't need a black woman. They can't control him. Why do you think you're seeing so much hate towards black men who are not voting for the Democratic Party? We're seeing these beta males attacking black men. These black beta males attacking black men who don't vote for the Democratic Party. That's how they really feel about black men. See, black men, you're only good to these people when you vote like they want you to and you allow black women to walk all over you. You know, I'm starting to think the only time they love a black man is when he gets killed by a police officer. That seems like the only time they actually care about a black man is when his life is taken by a police officer, because in that case, they can use that death to attack police, because we know that there are black people in the black community that don't like to be policed. But a lot of y'all do need to be policed because you're out of control, you're mentally unstable, and you are a danger to society. You are a danger to society. Black men deserve more than what we are getting. And they have the nerve to use Malcolm X's quote about black women. He's not talking to women like Meg Thee Stallion. He would be ashamed of Meg Thee Stallion. A lot of black leaders who have passed on would be. You know how much black women did for black men who were there for them? But then you have the great betrayal. I may have to do a Patreon exclusive on that. Y'all not getting it on YouTube. And because y'all, people, you got to deal with the flagging or the monetization. I may have to talk about the great betrayal. In the late 60s, 70s, where black women completely sold us out. They sold us out because of their God. You know who their God is? It ain't the God of the Bible. Their God is that white woman. I'm looking at black women every day trying to look like white women. They're bleaching their skin. They're wearing blonde hair, trying their damnedest to look like their God, aka that white woman. Make sure that y'all like the stream. So, Rider Wise was good. Pop Smoke, what's up? Yeah, make sure y'all like the stream. Ajax was good. I want to talk about, let's get to Tory Lanez real quick. Tory Lanez is suing that heifer, that black female that was his lawyer. Tory Lanez is making some claims towards one of his ex-lawyers. Did y'all want to know why Tory Lanez was so unprepared? He was so unprepared because I knew he was being sabotaged. I knew that Tory Lanez, his legal team, was compromised. It just seemed like they put up no fight. Now, I understand that the prosecution wasn't playing fair. The state of California wasn't playing fair. And he's getting at this heifer here who's trying to play dumb. So let's get to what Tory Lanez had to say. Even academics posted this. So a reputable source has asserted to Vibe that Roc Nation has no connections to the 2020 shooting trial of Meg Thee Stallion, which Tory Lanez and legal team have claimed in a new court filing. Lanez filed an ethics complaint on Monday against his former attorney, Sean Hawley, alleging that she didn't prioritize his best interest during the trial because she has connections to Roc Nation, the management company founded by Jay-Z that represents Megan. Nobody on Jay-Z's team or Roc Nation had anything to do with this Hulu Reasonable Doubt show. The source stated, I don't know if they're conflating the fact that Jay has an album called Reasonable. Y'all see how the people play dumb? Or maybe that's the connection they're drawing, but nobody had anything to do with that show that the lawyer was a part of. The source continued, even if they did, it has absolutely nothing to do with the case. The case doesn't involve Jay or Roc Nation. Megan was a victim. Megan is managed by Roc Nation. It's so left field. In Lanez's filing, he mentioned the Hulu series as a key piece of evidence in his ethics complaint against Holly, the show, which is loosely inspired by Holly's own life, features her as a producer, which he believes qualifies as a conflict of interest in the case. Lanez also alleged that Desiree Perez, CEO of Roc Nation, played a role in assisting Megan in her statements to police regarding the 2020 shooting incident. He brought up Holly's conduct throughout the case, accusing her of neglecting his defense strategy and instructing a DNA expert to not conduct tests on the gun involved, although he claimed he hadn't touched it. Lanez is now pushing for Holly to face disciplinary action for what he sees as serious ethics breaches, as well as demanding a refund of the hundreds of thousands of dollars he paid her. Holly stepped away from Lanez's defense 5 days before he was found guilty, after he had already paid her $300,000. That's crazy. Yes, she did. She either it probably was a situation where Roc Nation came to her and said, listen, if he's found guilty, it's going to look bad for you. And I think that she just took the money and ran. I think that she didn't want it to look bad on her to lose that case. I think that she probably had been trying to get him to plead guilty for months, and he refused to do it. And she just got out of there. When the going got tough, she ran. And see, she's under the belief that he can't find evidence of this. But there's a paper trail everywhere. You can't wipe the internet. Like, they'll find it. They probably already have evidence. She's calling Tory Lanez's bluff. But it does look bad that you will leave your client high and dry right before sentencing. You took his money and you left his legal team. That is a bad look for any lawyer to do. That's why you're seeing these strong denials, because it makes her look bad that she took the money and ran. Again, make sure y'all like the stream. Holly has denied any wrongdoing in the statement to TMZ. Mr. Peterson brought these meritless claims to the state bar over a year ago, and they were summarily rejected, and the matter was promptly closed. She asserted his actions to publicize this failed effort are likely tied to the appeal of his criminal conviction, for which I wish him well. Well, I bet you do, because I think he's going to win that. He's not just going to go away. Desiree Perez, the higher ups at Roc Nation, Tory Lanez is not going to go away. Okay? He's not. Jay-Z better hope he's not named in anything. That's all I'm saying. He better hope he's not named in anything, because those walls are going to start closing in very, very soon. Because were we talking about Jay-Z this way a year ago? But we are now. Okay, let's see. I think that was an update. She has another source close to the situation is doubling down on the fact that the Reasonable Doubt series has no connection to Jay-Z or Roc Nation other than inspiration for the name. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. See, Tory Lanez, I think, has a better legal team this time, what it looks like. Because the legal defense he had was just not very good. You could just tell his lawyers were lost. It just seemed like things just didn't work out from the start. He was sabotaged. Now, Tory Lanez has made some claims that the weapon in question has gone missing, which prompted Meg Thee Stallion's legal team to refute what is being said. Meg Thee Stallion's lawyer has rejected claims made by Tory Lanez that the gun used in her shooting has gone missing. In his latest appeal filing, Lanez claimed that the firearm and bullet fragments are missing, preventing him from having further tests conducted. This has been strongly refuted by Megan's lawyer, Alex Spiro, who informed legal affairs and trials with Megan Cunniff that the weapon is in the hands of the LAPD and available for testing. Lanez's new attorneys Unite the People, a nonprofit organization which the rapper is a board member, accused prosecutors of failure to produce and preserve evidence and called for his 10-year prison sentence to be vacated. Tory has claimed that DNA evidence played a key role in his conviction, but as Cunniff noted during the trial, Los Angeles County Deputy District Attorney Alex Bott specifically stated during the trial that DNA was not part of the bucket of evidence used by prosecutors to prove his guilt. Spiro also questioned why a nonprofit legal organization such as Unite the People is working on Lanez's case, saying there are lots of people in jail that need help who tell the truth and who are innocent and deserve to be freed. I'd rather spend their time on that than nonsense like this. Why? Okay, so why don't you go free those people? That group has every right to defend whoever they want to, just like you. Just like you. You're defending Meg Thee Stallion. They have every right to defend Tory Lanez. The appellate court is currently considering Tory's petition along with his main appeal, an additional petition about a post-trial declaration from his driver, Jaquan Smith, who claims to have seen Megan's friend Kelsey Harris holding the weapon during the shooting. The California Attorney General office has been given until November 20th to respond. Unite the People are also responsible for spreading the unfounded rumor that Tory Lanez had been found innocent in the appeals court. No, I didn't hear that. I didn't see where he was found innocent. I know that he may have had his appeal looked at. I don't know about innocent. But if they did, I mean, it is, I mean, let's see. That's quickly the pump by Megan Cunniff, who wrote former no appellate court has declared innocent, not even close. Cunniff, who has diligently covered a high-profile and often contentious case, then explained all the court. I don't care what the hell I forgot to say. She's so in the pocket of Roc Nation, it's not even funny. She is their mouthpiece. Why do you think Alex Spiro went to her? Alex Spiro could have went to anybody. Why would he go to Megan Cunniff? Because Megan Cunniff is in the back pocket of Roc Nation. That's why they went to her. Because she's in the back. She's on the take. Allegedly. Allegedly. Why would Alex Spiro go to her? You only go to people you're comfortable with. He didn't go to anybody else except her. You know why? Because they feed her information like they did during the trial. Allegedly. It's alleged. My opinion. But it makes sense. If you dig deep enough, you'll find it. You'll find it. Let me tell you Roc Nation and you Meg Thee Stallion, quote unquote fans, he ain't spending no 10 years in prison. That is a pipe dream. A lot can happen between now and next year. This heifer railroaded them at the behest of Roc Nation. This is why they're defending her so vigorously. And because Roc Nation is a mafia organization who acts without any type, who just does whatever. They want people to forget about Tory Lanez and move on. They want people to just forget about this man. Let him rot in prison. You can't hide something like this. I don't care who you are. You can't just throw somebody in jail, and especially when they have fame and notoriety, and think that people are just gonna forget about that. That's just not gonna work. That's just not gonna work, Jay-Z. Desiree Perez. It don't work like that. Don't matter how powerful of a mafia organization you are, Roc Nation, you will see your day too. I guarantee you. No matter who on your payroll has been telling police, telling police things. Why didn't Trump pardon her? Did I hear that correctly? Did Trump pardon Desiree Perez? Desiree Perez? She need to be out there campaigning for Trump then. It's a lot of weird things going on. When I see these emotionally unstable people online celebrate and be happy that this black man is in jail, but then get online and pretend like they care about all these black men who get shot by police. Y'all don't care about those black men. You just want to get online and be victims. But you help white people in their quest to incarcerate and take the lives of these black men according to your narrative. This according to your narrative. You're two-faced weirdos. That's what you are. Salute to everybody that's here. They got the nerve to get online and pretend like they care about black men getting wrongfully arrested or wrongfully shot by. You're liars. You don't care nothing about black men. Every time a black man is in one of these situations, you celebrate it. Shout out to TW. Maybe you mentioned this already, but Marcus, Thee Stallion, just filed a lawsuit against blogger Milagro, who was giving updates about the case. Yeah, I spoke about that earlier, TW. I spoke about her stupid lawsuit that ain't going nowhere. She's just trying to scare Milagro into not speaking about the case. Everything I've seen from Milagro Grams has been on the up and up. She's not lying on Meg Thee Stallion. She's not making nothing up. And for what I've seen, Milagro doesn't seem fazed, because what you gonna sue her for? This ain't the same with Cardi B and Tasha K. Tasha K was warned to stop saying Cardi B had some sort of venereal situation. But Tasha K ignored her until Tasha K was then sued. Because what Tasha K said could hurt the reputation of Cardi B and could hurt Cardi B in the public perception and could cause emotional distress. Meg Thee Stallion is being told by her handlers, you need to go out there and shut that Milagros girl up. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they're trying to do. Like, if you've been following everything, because y'all know the difference between my opinion and the facts of the case. How you gonna sue somebody for that? You need to sue half of the internet, because there's a lot of people who have been speaking on this and have been defending Tory. So you gonna sue them too? Absolutely ridiculous. But see, she done got away with getting this man incarcerated. So y'all think that she ain't above putting together frivolous lawsuits? What's up, Dollar? Crazy 8, Terrell. Tammy was good. Yeah, Brian Banks is a perfect example. Y'all know nothing happened to that girl. She was able to just live her life after ruining his. And there are people to this day who don't even speak on it, on what she did. Tory Lanez should not be in jail for this. Do you know there are people who've done more than what Tory Lanez was accused of that do less than 5 years in prison or get no prison, no jail time? They've taken people's lives and get no jail time. They have laws where if you take somebody's life in the heat of passion, you can be found innocent of that. You could face no charges of taking somebody's life in the heat of passion. I forget the name of the law, but there are places in this country where you can take somebody's life. You can take somebody's life, and if the person was in the heat of an argument, let's say it's a couple, and the woman takes the life of her husband in the heat of an argument or something like that, they can face no jail time for that. You know that goes on. But Tory Lanez gets 10 years in prison because he allegedly shot at her foot. 10 years. There's a guy who planned the murder of his girlfriend. He did less than a year in jail and was set free because he requested a speedy trial, and the prosecutors with all the evidence, and even they had testimony from the hitman, they still could not get a guilty verdict. Or I think there was a situation, I think they either dropped the charge or he pled guilty to lesser charges and was set free after less than a year when it was clear that this man set up and planned the murder of his girlfriend, and he's walking free. But Tory Lanez gets 10 years in prison. Crime of passion. All right. Kimbola said crime of passion. Couldn't that be considered a crime of passion? If it was a woman that did it, she would have faced no jail time. Even if they had evidence of her doing it, she would have faced no jail. See, men have to pay. See, that's the thing about California. That's why I would never want to live in California, because they try to make the laws very anti-male. This is why women love getting divorced in California. Shout out to Pop Smoke.
This makes me wonder if this country is even for us. Airplane
Right.
Globe.
Right, appreciate that. Is it? Is it really for us anymore? And you know what's crazy? When men leave this country, they attack you. People in the media and everywhere, they will attack you for wanting to leave this country and go elsewhere, because they built these laws to make men's lives, miserable. They created laws to make men's lives miserable. I'm very sure of it now. And when you try to leave, they punish you. Like, they try to besmirch your name and say that you're a pervert and you're a weirdo. And you're just trying to go take advantage of those foreign women. Man, those foreign women are a lot more intelligent than the women over here. One, they don't let their bodies go to shit like the women over here. And two, they know how to get a man and keep one, or get the men that they want and do the things that need to be done to get those men. The women over here think if they get a BBL, they don't have to work hard to get a man. That's why you heifers can't keep one. After that man hit it a few times, he's going to get bored. And he's going to get tired of going to your filthy house that you don't keep clean. All right? You don't cook. All you do is lounge around and be on the internet. They get tired of that. They get tired of that. Again, make sure that y'all like the stream, fam. Put some links in the chat room. Make sure y'all go follow those links to the Twitter, X, the TikTok, the Patreon. The women overseas are a lot more wife material than the majority of women over here. The majority of women over here ain't worth no ring. Y'all not even worth people's time. You talk about how you want an intelligent man. What's good, Zoe? You want a man who's smart and all this. No, you don't. Y'all date dumb creeps. Y'all date creepy men. Y'all have a desire for creepy men. Why do so many women, especially in this country, have a thing for creepy men? Look at the story of this woman who ended up dating her baby's father's op. You know, the brother of the man whose life was taken by her baby's father. How do you not know? How do your friends not know who that guy is? I think these women know what they're dealing with, but they deal with it anyway because they have this longing, this need to be with creepy men. American women, for some reason, they always be ending up with creepy men. They claim they hate creepy men, weird men, but they always end up with creepy men. Especially melanated women. These melanated women in this country always with these creepy men. Y'all can see the demon in these men, and y'all are drawn to it until that demon turns on you. So if I were speaking to y'all, I would tell you this: don't worry about the men that leave this country and go elsewhere. Y'all don't want those men anyway. Y'all want these creepy men that y'all keep getting with. These broke, bummy, creepy men. These same women who get on the internet and talk about how men are weird, you know, they don't like being approached and all this, but they always end up in a relationship with some creepy dude, man. Always. You know, creepy, perverted, psycho. You can look in that man's eyes and say that man would do some dangerous shit if he hasn't already. That man has creep in that you can see it. These women can see it too. And that's what they're attracted to. Let these women have those creepy men. Let them have them. You see, I'm not here to shame women into liking a different type of man. Continue to date these guys because your life is getting worse. You're not getting happier with these men. You're getting worse. That's why you heifers are chronically online pretending like you have a good life when you're miserable. You got married women on YouTube all damn day on panels, posting online like their life is perfect. No, your life sucks. You need an outlet. So you get on here and you defend Meg Thee Stallion. You defend Cardi B because you want to be these women. And because you get off on the fact that she incarcerated a black man. Shout out to the Revelator, who's been a member for 48 months. He says, hi, Bristol for is it for like it's. I'm not the best at spelling words, but I appreciate it, man. These women can see the demonic energy in these men. Exactly, crazy. And they're drawn to it. So when you see all these stories, don't be shocked of these men doing things to these women. You can look at these men and tell they're not all there. This is Western women. Choosing the wrong men is what they do. So when you see these married women on these panels talking like that, or online talking about how perfect their life is, you know they're lying. They're covering up the fact that they hate their life. And they want to be Meg Thee Stallion. They want to be Cardi B. But they will always be who they always are. Self-sabotaging heifers who are addicted to creepy men. How these women are not able to read these men, it just shows you why you're better off going to other countries, because these women do not care about you, especially if you're a heterosexual black man. They do not care about you. They loathe you. They hate the fact that you're stable-minded. You don't need them. It hurts their little feminist heart that you can do for yourself. Shout out to the Revelator.
That's a term for women who love criminals and the lowest scumbag of males.
Appreciate that. Yeah. And you know, there's a lot of terms you could use for that too. Not just that one. There's a lot of terms you could use for those types of women. Absolutely. And that's why, you know, they have been trying. They have been trying for years to silence us from being able to speak like this to other men. They have been trying to silence us so y'all can be in the dark and not see what is out there. They've tried with the flagging campaigns. These heifers have tried with the demonetizations. They've tried everything. They've tried to use the government. They've tried simps. We've seen a small uptick in beta male activity on YouTube. You dudes don't faze me at all. I don't give a shit about you. Y'all can get on here and make as many videos thinking you're refuting something. You're just lame, and you're weak. You have no power. You defending these heifers, they don't give a damn about you. You're collateral damage. They will toss you to the side when they're done with you. See, I know these women. You simps don't. I've talked to these women behind the scenes. They are not what they portray themselves to be. Most of these women are just thirsty and desperate for male attention. You show these heifers online some attention, all that black male hate goes out the window because they just desperate for love. They're not getting it. They're getting curved. So what do? They blame their skin tone. No, you're just not an attractive woman. That's just the honest truth. Your skin tone ain't got nothing to do with the fact that you're an ugly person on the inside and out. You're just an all-around ugly person. And you're trying to blame your skin tone. You're trying to blame your skin tone. This This small uptick in beta male activity is hilarious to me because, these males think that they're helping these women. Bro, I will be able to fuck these women before you, okay? If you like women. Some of you guys probably don't even like women. You're a gay man pretending like you're straight in order to hide who you really are and be like, well, I'm a straight man trying to help these
Melanated
women.
women disdain straight black men so much, they've mentally become alphabet men SMH. These female rappers look and act like drag queens.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, look at Tiana Taylor. She, yes, Tiana Taylor's a woman, very nice body, right? But she has that tomboy dick envy in her too. And a lot of these other women, they have dick envy. They wish they were men. And they hate straight men because we can go around smashing as many women as we want. They want to do the same thing. They don't want to be called hoes. They don't want to be called hoes. But back to you beta male bookkeepers, okay? Y'all ain't making a dent in nothing. Y'all are irrelevant. I find it comical how you're trying to you help and save these women when I can talk to these women whenever I have talked to these women. I can talk to these women whenever I want. These same women you're defending. I could call them heifers and all this and still be able to talk to them. Because I'm me. And you're trying to show her that you're a good man. Bro, they don't believe in good men. They think all men are bad. Yeah, Tiana Taylor has children, but that don't change how she dresses and how she, they say she got a girlfriend. So, I mean, it is what it is. Jay, you saw the liberal symposium DL Hughley whack ass hosted. They were talking about abortion so much I thought it was a pride fest. No, I haven't seen it, but I heard about it. That don't shock me because the Democratic Party knows that abortion is their number one draw for women. Unfortunately, a lot of these women, a lot of Western women, they love aborting their children. They like to have unprotected sex all the time. They like to have unprotected sex with random men. And what happens is they get pregnant. They want to be able to abort their that child so nobody knows the mistake that they made. And they use people like DL Hughley for those things because they want black men to be accepting of abortion. What man wants to be accepting of abortion? Especially if it's your child being aborted. But they know that that's the number one issue to draw in women because unfortunately these women are having abortions like it's nothing. If they can go get BBLs, getting an abortion is nothing for them. And that's why I say these women are broken. There's no fixing them. There's no marrying them. There's no dating them. Why do you want to date a person like that? These girls, you got women who had multiple abortions. That woman is done. She's not worth it. And the crazy thing is when she's ready to have children, she can't because she done had so many abortions. She just can't. Transgender energy. A lot of transgender energy going on with these women. The dick envy is real. If you are a man and you're happy about women getting abortions, you're a woman and you're a woman-minded man. And you should not have the right to procreate at all. Listen, these women can do whatever they want to. But you want to know why so many of them are mentally ill? A lot of them are mentally ill because they've had numerous abortions, and it's fucked them up mentally. It's fucked them up mentally. And they claim to be Christians. Let me tell you for something. I'm going to land my jet. If you heifers support abortion, you are not a Christian. You're a demon. You do not believe in the God of the Bible. You believe in the God of vanity. Y'all on here talking about God first. Meanwhile, you're taking the lives of your unborn children. Just because you didn't want to have protected relations or you didn't want to take contraceptives because you had all these excuses why you can't take contraceptives. But you heifers pop pills, you snort cocaine, you drink all types of alcohol. That's bad for you, by the way. You're smoking marijuana, but you can't take birth control. You heifers are smoking every strand of marijuana, but you complain about not being able to take birth control. This is why you heifers ain't got no man now. That's why you ain't got no husband. You'll never have a family. You'll never know what that's like. You'll never know what it's like to have a good, capable man because you heifers are choosing creeps and weirdos who you don't think they're weird. With these niggas is weird. Salute to everybody that's here. Make sure that y'all have liked the stream. Y'all, they making me really talk to these people. You know what I'm saying? I have to really talk to these people. I want them to understand how much their life really do suck and how they suck. All right? You heifers talking about God first. What about your child that you aborted? God first. You don't know the first thing about God. None of you heifers have actually read the Bible. None of you have. You go to church because you're looking for male attention. You don't go because you're trying to worship. You get online pretending like you're Christians. No, you're a demon. You're an atheist. You're a Christian in name only. You heifers are sickening. Disgusting. And that's why these men don't stay long. And I look at the way things are, and it's just sad. It really is sad. But it's not surprising. These preachers lie to you women. These beta males lie to you women. Yeah, Kendra G is a circus. What do you call it? The leader of the circus. You heifers are part of a circus. Y'all are part of a circus. And Kendra G is one of the leaders of those circuses. There's other circuses I'm seeing. Gentlemen, live your life the way you want to. These women are not worth it. And don't let them shame you into wanting to deal with women of other groups outside of the country. Because there's nothing out here in these streets. Nothing. In America. So that's pretty much it for me. Make sure that y'all like the stream if you haven't. Make sure y'all click that link. Support the Patreon and exclusive content. I think that's pretty much it. Let's see. Oh no, let me speak on this this Tom Brady situation with his wife, with his ex-wife. You talk about getting finessed. Gisele Bündchen is going to get finessed. But I think that Tom Brady is a guy who's moved on. But they're saying that Tom Brady is stunned. I don't think Tom Brady is stunned. I think Tom Brady is disappointed. I think Tom Brady is ultimately disappointed that, you know, a woman that he was married to for so long would lower herself to having a child with her jiu-jitsu coach. Like, you would lower yourself to do that, then that says a whole lot about you and why, you know, them separating was for the best. So let's get this pulled up. You know, she for the streets, man. She for the streets. Don't matter what race. These heifers are for the streets. Gisele Bündchen is pregnant with baby number 3. Her first with boyfriend Joachim Vallant. This heifer done fell in love with the side dude. Let me tell you ladies something. Never fall in love with the side dude, okay? Especially if that guy has less than you. This is why I say, man, you can give a woman. Now, again, she had her own money before Tom Brady. But, you know, this man could get custody of her child. Or, you know, and have to pay him child support. What's up, Sheila? She fell in love with the side dude. The one thing you don't want to do is fall in love with the side dude. She fell in love with the side dude. And this dude, man, he already done moved into the house. This is how low self-esteem looks like. There's a lot of women I saw celebrating this. What is there to celebrate? She's a woman in her 40s who's wealthy, who's now in a relationship with her jiu-jitsu coach. This man ain't a real estate mogul. This man ain't an ex-professional athlete. He's a jiu-jitsu coach. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's making a ton of money from that. She's upgrading his life. But this is what these women want. These women want to be the one with all the money. Him moving into her mansion. She's going to be financially supporting them. This is what women want. This is what Western women want. That's why I say these women here ain't worth it. They really not. So let's see. Gisele Bündchen is pregnant. The model, who's 44, and boyfriend, who's 35, are expecting their first baby together. Bündchen's third. A source close to Bündchen confirmed to People on Monday. Gisele and Joachim are happy for this new chapter in their life, and they're looking forward to creating a peaceful and loving environment for the whole family, the source tells People in a statement. Bündchen had been dating a jiu-jitsu instructor since June of 2023. The baby will join Bündchen's son Benjamin and daughter Vivian, who she shares with ex-Tom Brady. This how it started. Let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell you married men something. If you don't think that her personal trainer ain't been up in them guts, you got another thing coming. Bündchen, who served as a Victoria's Secret angel from 1999 to 2006, was notably absent from the 2024 Victoria's Secret fashion show held on October 15th, despite a variety of past angels' returns. Bündchen and Vellante were first spotted together in November of 2022 when the pair visited Provincia, a province located on Costa Rica's coast, with her 2 kids. After originally denying a romantic relationship with her trainer, a love connection later blossomed between the pair in February of 2024. Yeah, they've been dating the whole time. Y'all know, see how these people be lying? A source confirmed the people that Bündchen and Valente have been dating since June of 2023. In June of 2024, a source told people that the supermodel has blossomed since her split from Brady. She is secure and happy and so busy with her life that she doesn't have time to dwell on the negatives out there. Well, she hasn't seen negative yet, man. These type of relationships don't end well. And let's say she marries this guy. You talk about secure no bag. Yo, Joaquin need to go get a ring and get engaged and married immediately. That's what he need to do. In February, another source told people they have been dating since June. They're taking it slow. They started out as great friends first. She's very private about this and wanted to keep it quiet while they got to know each other. Brady and Bündchen divorced in October 2022. After 13 years of marriage, the exes agreed to joint custody of their kids. Brady, who's 47, is also the dad of Jack, who's 17, with his ex-girlfriend, Bridget Monahan. Now, let's see Brady's response. People try to make it seem like Brady don't care. As long as she take care of his kids, he don't care. Former Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady rarely appeared flustered during his 23-year career. Even when he entered broadcasting world at the beginning of this season, he was cool as a cucumber. But now, according to Page 6, Brady is rattled. Brady's ex-wife, supermodel Gisele Bündchen, announced her pregnancy recently with boyfriend and jiu-jitsu instructor Joaquin Valente. It's her 3rd child. She and Brady have 2 from their marriage. Tom knew that things were serious between Gisele and Joaquin, but he never imagined they would be having a child together. I think that may have surprised him because she's probably told him she didn't want any more children. That's why he's surprised, because he didn't think that she didn't want any more children, but she ended up having another. An insider told Page says it wasn't something that was on his radar. So when Gisele broke the news to him, he was stunned, to say the least. Brady and Bündchen were married from 2009 to 2022. They divorced during Brady's final NFL season. Regardless of initial shock, Brady apparently still wished the couple well. At the end of the day, Brady's sole focus is on his children and his career. What Gisele decides to do with her own life is really none of his business. And that's how it should be. Keep your exes in the past. I think Brady's okay. Brady got that big contract from Fox. He don't give a shit. And let me tell you this, Brady just don't want her dipping into his money when she has to pay this man, to go away. Let her do what she wants to do. Brady has a career as a broadcaster. He's moved on. Did he expect her to get pregnant by this guy? No. This woman is in her 40s. She's a model. I thought she wanted to go out there and get her career going again. He didn't expect her to have a baby, but this is what a woman does when she wants attention. She's having a midlife crisis. So you know what women do when they have a midlife crisis? They want a divorce. They go date a younger man, right? And that's what Gisele is doing. She's having a midlife crisis, and she decided to go and get into a relationship with the trainer. Because she's having a midlife crisis. She feels like she's getting older. So she started to act out, not because she wanted Brady to retire, but because she was unhappy because she was getting older. So what does she do? She gets into a relationship with this younger trainer, and now she's pregnant by him. That's all this is. That's all this is. Of course, Brady's moved on. He signed those divorce papers immediately. When she wanted to divorce, he said, okay, let's divorce. And he moved on with his life. Now, let's wait until Tom meets a new, younger woman and marries her. You're going to see Gisele crash out again. And she may end up marrying this guy, which ultimately doesn't help her at all. So now it's Brady's move, right? It's Brady's move. And Brady's move what? To move on to a younger, hotter woman. And let's see if she's still happy in her own world. Let's see. So I want to talk about that before I ended the show. But I appreciate y'all being here. Salute to everyone that's here. Moderators, channel members, Patreon. Salute to everyone that's here. Thank y'all for being here tonight. And you continue the conversation in the comment section when the show is over. And also make sure y'all go subscribe to the Patreon. Check out the videos on my other channels. I'm going to start posting videos back on this channel again too. So yeah, I'll see y'all next one. Y'all take care and have a great rest of your Halloween. All right.